personal terms agreed with Youri Tielemans, or at the very least, there will be no problems as that deal draws ever closer. Another midfield signing for Arsenal. On top of that, a price has been set around 40 million euros for Raphinha. Arsenal are heavily pursuing this deal and will continue to spend money. Also, an update on the pending exit of Granit Xhaka, further confirming that Arsenal are looking at more than one midfielder. It's been a brilliant start to the transfer window for Arsenal Football Club, and it could be about to get much, much better. Smash that like button. Leave your comments below. Thank you to everyone, by the way, that's been leaving the thank yous. They're very, very important to us. Let's do this. Let's go. As reported on the Football Terrace by the brilliant Ben Jacobs a few short days ago, that Arsenal always felt they were the front runners for Youri Tielemans. Personal terms, not a problem. Only about working out the fee with Leicester City. Now that the international break is over, it is expected to be wrapped up very quickly, exclusively told to us on the Football Terrace. This is also backed up here. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that been told that Youri Tielemans is not considering signing a new contract extension at Leicester. Could be an option in September in case he doesn't leave, but not now. Arsenal are working on it since a long time, but no official bid yet. Other clubs are also interested. Now, there is no official bid. We know that the official bid comes at the end of negotiations. Arsenal do not want to overpay. Around £30 million in its entirety is said to be the fee that Arsenal are willing to pay and have been put forward via intermediaries. 25 million plus £5 million. Once they know Leicester are going to agree to this, they will submit the bid. The personal terms have already been agreed, or there will be no problem. Why will they be no problem? Because Youri Tielemans knows exactly what Arsenal are going to offer, and he will accept it. There have been other clubs, Tottenham being one. There was loose interest from Real Madrid, but nobody has made the effort so far that Arsenal have. That's why they remain very, very confident indeed that they can bring Youri Tielemans in. And the reason why I wanted to focus on this, a lot has been said in the past few days. There's a report by Rob Dorset from Sky who claimed that Arsenal have called their interest. As it stands right now, and I'm recording this on the 18th of June, 2022, that is not the case. Nothing has come out of the Arsenal or players' camp to suggest that Arsenal Football Club are not looking at him. There isn't a single credible report outside of what Rob Dorset said. Maybe he's ahead of the game. Maybe he knows something we don't. Personally, I trust the journalists that I work with and talk to and the exclusive teams at Give Me Sport, that this is still a deal that is on. This is still a deal that is advanced. This is still a deal that Arsenal should get over the line. Another deal they're also looking at, I'm going to go a roundup of Arsenal's window in a bit, so stay with us on the Football Terrace. Please make sure the like buttons are being smashed. Another player that The Athletic have again linked to Arsenal. This is an extract from their article that says that signing him, as in Fabio Vieira, doesn't mean Arsenal will stop chasing other targets. Raphinha, Gabriel Jesus, Martinez, they're rather keen to press on. The plan ideally is to recruit them all. Arsenal Football Club are on a madness. Raphinha price has been set here, coming from a fairly credible European outlet, saying around 40 million euros could get the job done. There's been some English reports talking the higher 40 million pounds, 45 to 47. Arsenal are ever increasingly becoming front runners for Raphinha. Becoming, not are, so don't twist my words. They are growing. Raphinha is interested in Arsenal. There have been preliminary talks between the camps. Leeds they're not talking to any one club directly. Of course, intermediaries are being used. They're speaking to a number of clubs. It's highly believed in and around Leeds United that they will lose Raphinha this year. They want to get as much money as possible. But with clubs doing a brilliant job this summer so far of getting prices as low as possible, they expect this deal could potentially be done for somewhere in the region, as they say, of around 40 million euros. Now, that for me would represent a stellar piece of business from Arsenal. And I think on top of things, it really changes the complexity, the makeup, the overall profile of that Arsenal squad. Now, you've got to remember, Raphinha, they want a big price for him, but he has 2 years remaining on his contract. If they do not do the deal now, by the time January comes around, it's 18 months. By the time next summer arrives, he goes into that final year. The valuation of the player, still only 25, will plummet. It will absolutely plummet to in a year's time, 15-20 million pounds. That's what you're going to get for him. So, and he isn't going to sign a new deal at Leeds. Zero interest in signing a new deal. He isn't going to risk tying himself to the club beyond 2024. So Leeds look like they're going to be pushed into a box here to sell. And if Arsenal can pick this player up for the mid-30s, in terms of pounds, it's a colossal piece of business. And as I've already mentioned, Arsenal were looking to bring in Lisandro Martinez. Gabriel Jesus, the British press is not really reporting that as done. Many outlets from Brazil, many outlets from the continent are stating that Gabriel Jesus is a done deal. We did a video on that yesterday. Raphinha as well, along with Vieira. Youri Tielemans, of course, not mentioned in that article, but still heavily fancied by Arsenal. When you start to read those names off, Martinez, Raphinha, Tielemans, Gabriel Jesus, Fabio Vieira. I know they signed young Marquinhos. Hickey might still be an option. Maybe they'll pull away from Hickey if they sign Lisandro Martinez, who I don't know a lot about the player. I believe he's fairly versatile. I could be wrong about it. If I am, shoot me down. But Arsenal were doing some crazy, crazy business. And when I say crazy, where I'm from, that's crazy, bruv. It means it's bloody good. I'm from the generation where wicked means good as well, by the way. The business is wicked. I ain't said that word for about 15 years, really. But yeah, wicked. That's how good this business is from Arsenal. They are giving Mikel Arteta everything he is going to need to succeed. There is thoughts that they could spend over £200 million completing their squad. The likes of Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, they'll have more time to be rested, but they'll have real major competition for places. This is when Arsenal are going to find out how good this current crop are, how they handle pressure, how they handle competition, because that's what will be applied to Arsenal next year, big pressure. And the fans are already saying it. When you look at Arsenal forums, you look at what Arsenal fans are talking about, they are buzzing. But they also know this means we go out and deliver. But this puts Arsenal into a brilliant position, a win-win position. It really, really does. What they need to do, what will now happen is this squad, because of its age and the quality and talent they have, of course, if you're an Arsenal fan, you want Mikel Arteta to be successful, back in the Champions League, move towards challenging for titles, trying to win all the cup competitions that you're in. That's what you want. But if Arteta isn't the man, the new manager comes into a purpose-built squad and can pick up straight away. No rebuild needed. Rebuild, cultural reboots, all this stuff should not be uttered, should not be getting discussed by Arsenal Football Club if they're heading in the right direction. So if the new manager, if Arteta was to fail, should be a manager that can get the best out of that group. Not a manager that's like, right, I need 15 of these men gone and another 15 in over the next 2 to 3 years. Arsenal are at that point now where you're going to spend another 200 million, meaning Arteta will have had nearly £500 million spent on his squad, not including wages, not including agent fees, not including signing on fees. You add all of those things. If you just add the signing on fees and the agent fees, and you're probably looking at what, £550 million invested into this squad. You've got to now start moving towards challenging for titles. This year, you elevate yourselves into that top 4. By next season, Arsenal, with this squad, with these players they're looking at, they have to be title contenders. There is you can't pick you can pick the bones out of that if you want, but I'm stating facts here. The quality you're buying with the team that you already built, the expectation has to now be to go to that next level. There were improvements in Arsenal last year. We all saw them. What wasn't there was the mentality element. I believe now, rethinking it, looking back, reviewing it, which is what all football fans should really do, I think it fell apart because of the age of your squad. There just wasn't the know-how. There wasn't the experience. You know, these players haven't grown up yet. That isn't a dig, it's just a reality. But what Arsenal were doing is what I was talking about for the majority of last season. You need to inject a senior spine. Jesus, Tielemans, Raphinha, they give this to you. Arsenal, of course, still linked to some really talented young players as well, but young players that have experience, young players that have played a fair amount of games. Now, there's a difference between signing a 21-year-old who's already played 100 games in his career to promoting an 18, 19-year-old from the academy that's played 1, 4, 5 games. There's an experience with the youthness. Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United were young players, but they came in with experience. And when you look at the list of players that Arsenal Football Club are looking to buy, you can see there the mixture of the experience, the youth, and the, you know, they're not buying old players or anything along those lines. They're playing, you know, they're buying players of a particular vintage, if that makes sense. You know, they're not too old, they're not past their best, but they're not young and inexperienced either. There's a very, very good mix in this indeed. You know, and you kind of it's something that should very much excite Arsenal fans. And you go back to some young players that Arsenal bought in the past. You think back to how young Nicolas Anelka was when Arsenal picked him up from Paris Saint-Germain. I think he played 10 to 15 times for Paris Saint-Germain. And, you know, his first full season, I think, was 97, 98. 20-odd league games he played. He was slowly bled in. The following year, he had a barnstorming season, got picked up by Real Madrid. Never really, for me, fulfilled his full potential. I think he was a lot better than his career looked. I mean, I don't know, but what he probably ended up with about 200 plus goals he probably scored in his career, which is very good. His talent at a young player should have gone to another level. But why were Arsenal able to blood in that youngster? Because of the experience in the squad around him. The core group was of an established age, meaning players like Nicolas Anelka, young Thierry Henry, as examples, were able to flourish. It's why when Cesc Fabregas came into the team those years later, he was able to flourish because of the quality and age of the squad around him. Arsenal were looking to do some serious business. Fee set, according to reports, for Raphinha. Personal terms, no problem. And advanced him with Youri Tielemans. They haven't called their interest, according to the likes of Fabrizio Romano. But I want your thoughts. I want your feelings. Smash that like and that share button. And we'll see you all again soon.